Hi, I'm Eric D'Amato,
And it is me, the miniature of Matthews.
and welcome back to Mindbreakers.
Here we go.
So, thank you, Mario.
You're welcome.
We have something interesting for you today.
Interesting.
Interesting in that we haven't done a film like this for a long, long time. I think the last one was Baron Munchausen, back for episode 150.
Good lord.
No, the last one was, I think, Bionicle, the Mask of Light, episode 170.
Okay.
Which is a movie that's technically a kid's film.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean.
Yeah. Because this movie isn't our usual gory, not for kids horror fare. It is, I'd argue, still quite a horror movie.
Oh boy, what are we watching?
The 1987 classic, the first movie Fairuza Balk was ever in, Return to Oz.
Oh shit.
Dorothy, saved from a psychiatric experiment by a mysterious girl, is somehow called back to Oz when a vain witch and the Gnome King, gnome spelled without a G for some reason, destroy everything that makes the magical land beautiful.
Man, Return to Oz.
Now, this is not a sequel to Return to the Wizard of Oz.
No.
It is based on a Frank L. Baum story, which is a sequel to the Frank L. Baum novel, but this has very little to do with the Judy Garland Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a little while since I've seen the movie, but I have seen this before. And if you were like me and you grew up watching Wizard of Oz, and then you found out there was a sequel, or, sequel, quote unquote, you were like, I want to watch that. And, well, if you watched it, you know very quickly it has nothing really connected with the first movie.
I mean, Dorothy's in it. It's the same Oz, the same events, the same basic events happen.
Right.
But the character designs are quite different. The tone is quite different.
Tone is very, very different.
I watched this a lot as a kid. I really liked it. Obviously, it's a really, really good movie.
Yeah.
But there are some darker moments in this one.
A little bit.
Also right off the bat,
yeah,
darker
really,
moments.
Starting right off the movie with some pretty dark moments in it. I'm excited to watch this again.
Let's just talk about it.
Yeah, let's do it.
This summer, Walt Disney Pictures presents a motion picture fantasy adventure beyond your fondest imagination. You'll be transported miraculously back to the enchanted land of Oz, that magical kingdom beloved by young and old for generations.
It's just a yellow brick.
No, Belina, you don't understand. This was the yellow brick road.
You'll share with Dorothy Gale the shock of finding everything mysteriously changed.
What's happened to everybody?
And you'll delight with her discovery of 4 wonderful new friends who band together against a wicked queen and the dreaded Gnome King. This is the Oz you haven't seen before, and this is the Oz you'll want to visit again and again. From Walt Disney Pictures comes a whole new world of entertainment.
Why don't we just fly back to Kansas?
Return to Oz.
Isn't that a chicken in there with you?
The deadliest thing to roam of all of Oz. A chicken egg. And a chicken.
This is a good movie.
This is a very good movie.
We've had a lot of good movies lately.
Thank God.
All the designs are the original Frank L. Baum designs from the book, like the Scarecrow and everything. Jack Pumpkinhead looks like he does in the books. The Tin Man looks like he does in the book. He's on the cover, even though he's barely in the movie.
He's on the cover?
Yeah.
Weird, yeah.
His head between Dorothy's and Pumpkinhead's.
It's so weird. Look, I don't think Tin Man has a line in this movie.
The first thing one notices while watching this, if you're watching it right after Wizard of Oz, is why is Dorothy Gale suddenly a lot younger?
Yeah. She's supposed to look that young.
Yeah, she is 12. The character is 12 in the book.
Yeah.
And Fairuza Balk is 12. Judy Garland was supposed to be 12. Which the character she was playing was supposed to be 12 in The Wizard of Oz, but Judy Garland herself was 17, so that didn't quite work as planned.
Yeah, it's not that like the age change, it's just they had an actress this time that represented the age well.
Yes. And it just occurred to me that The Wizard of Oz is probably, as films go, almost sacred.
Yeah.
Because no one's tried to make another one.
I don't think you can. You know what I mean?
Like, legally?
No. Like, legally you probably could. But I just mean, like, the first Wizard of Oz movie is just such, like, a... Like, you watch it and you just don't think they could do that again. You know what I mean?
Like, so many of the effects still hold up today. Like, the Oz. The head of Oz.
Yeah, like, it all looks good still. Like, if you would have told me that movie was made in the 70s, like, I probably would have believed you the first time I saw it.
Mm. Like, I always forget watching Return to Oz that it's a Disney movie.
Yeah, when we were getting ready to do this, I was like, oh, wait, it's on Disney Plus. That's weird. And you were like, no, it's a Disney movie, so that makes sense. And I was like huh.
Like, I started out watching it, and I remember pretty much everything about this movie before watching it. I'm watching it, it's like, I hear the... I was like, wait, what?
I don't think that fits. Hang on.
That doesn't compute. This is... Oh, it is. All right.
Yeah, no, this is a Disney movie.
Anyway, we're back on the farm with Dorothy, Toto, Uncle Henry, and Auntie M. Most of the house is half gone because of the Twister last movie. This is 6 months later.
Oh, it's 6 months later. Okay.
6 months. And Dorothy's having nightmares about Oz and she won't shut up about Oz.
Honestly, I get it, you know. Girl went to a magical land.
The Gale family's going through troubles because they're trying to build the house. It's almost winter. Uncle Henry broke his leg before. They're out of money. Bad stuff. There's bad stuff.
There's a lot of bad stuff happening. Some of the chickens aren't laying eggs, you know.
Specifically, Bellina, the red chicken.
Who's definitely not an important character in this movie. No siree.
No, not at all.
Doesn't matter. All the other chickens are white. No. This one is also just a regular chicken. Yep.
And...
Well, Dorothy's out with Bellina.
Yep.
And Bellina kind of pecks at a key.
And the key has OZ in the top of it.
And of course, you know what this means to a 12-year-old girl who's been to Oz.
Yeah,
it means that Oz is real.
But Uncle Henry and Auntie M are fed up with and worried because she hasn't been sleeping, and she won't shut up about this place that doesn't exist. So they send her to a psychiatrist because this predicted modern medicine where, crap, this kid has an imagination. Clearly there's something wrong with them. Send them to the doctor immediately.
Yeah. Yeah. That's kind of what it's like.
Uncle Henry, I keep wanting to say Uncle Charlie. That's something else. Uncle Henry doesn't really want to send her because expensive.
Yeah, I mean, this is like a really big, like, at the time, right, that this is supposed to take place in, it's very expensive for what they're going to do.
I'm looking at the Japanese poster, and it's just a picture of Dorothy and some of the other characters.
Okay.
And it actually looks like this movie. It looks like the kind of movie with the bright colors and everything that would be made in Japan. Like, it looks like a Sentai.
Okay.
Now, remember, Sentai, not the other word.
I'm just gonna go look it up real quick because I want to see what it looks like. Yeah, so Uncle Henry doesn't want to send her because expensive, but Auntie M's sister, I believe, said she'd lend him the money.
Yeah.
He doesn't like charity, but I mean, fuck, when the kid you're looking after is kind of in hurt, well, you think is in trouble, you think maybe he'd be okay with it, but I guess not. So they end up going to the psychiatrist's office, and...
Yep, Dr. something. Dr. Worley.
Yeah, that's it.
Played by Nicole Williamson, who you may know from Excalibur, where he played Merlin, or Spawn, and I'm sorry if you saw Spawn, where he played Cagliostro. And he does that type of movie a lot. He was in Hamlet once, where he played Hamlet.
Huh. Like play or movie?
Movie, I think.
Okay.
He was in Robin and Marion as Little John. He played Sherlock Holmes once. He was on Columbo.
I finally found the Japanese poster, you're right.
He was in The Exorcist 3.
Oh, who did he play in The Exorcist 3?
Father Morning.
Oh, shit. Cool.
He was in Mr. Toad. He was in the live-action Mr. Toad.
Okay, back up.
You don't know about the live-action Mr. Toad?
No.
Really?
No.
He played Badger in it.
What the fuck?
Eric
I'm learning
Idle.
new things today.
Eric Idle plays Rat.
Wow.
John Cleese is in it. Stephen Fry is in it.
How have I never seen this?
Have you seen the song Secret of Survival in a Very Nasty World?
No.
You need to look into this movie.
Okay, I'm adding it to the watch movie list.
I think the whole thing's on YouTube.
Damn. I'm gonna have to look into that. Damn.
So we meet the doctor, and we meet the Nurse Wilson.
Yeah.
In a very creepy black dress.
Very, very
played by
attire.
Played by an actress called Jean Marsh. A lot of British stuff. She also played Queen Mordova in Willow. So
cool.
Another fantasy legend. And the doctor proceeds to describe his machine, which will fix the brain with electrical currents, and then you realize something you never realized while watching this as a kid. Oh god, they're going to give Dorothy electroshock therapy. This is really bad.
Yeah.
Like, as a kid, you're like, oh, I don't want them to take away her imagination. Watching it, like, oh no, she could actually die.
Yeah, and it's so funny because, like, on, like, an outsider, like, in the movie, the outsider's perspective looking in, right? Everything he's talking about, everything he says he's going to do, he sounds like a genuine nice guy.
Yeah, he looks nice. He has the beard and the pipe.
He's like laughing with Dorothy. He's like, these are the eyes, this is the nose, so this is the mouth and its tongue, like...
It's all it's
really trying
machine.
To sell
it's going to fix you.
They agree to go along with it. Auntie M has to leave to get back to Henry.
Because they don't think she's going to have to take it. They're going to have to keep her overnight. She doesn't know that.
So yeah, they're gonna leave her overnight, and that's immediately when shit just goes wrong.
They put her in a room. This blonde girl appears out of the mirror and gives her a
pumpkin.
Yeah, little pumpkin.
Oh, I just realized how. Okay, I get it. I get that scene now. Okay.
And there's a deer head on the wall. As characters come in, we're going to explain what from the quote-unquote real world they represent.
Oh, there was a fucking deer head on the wall?
Yeah.
I need to go back to that scene later.
Not in her room. That would be a very bad thing to put in a psych patient's room.
Oh yeah, no, but I mean like in the office or whatever.
Well, outside the office.
Outside the office, that's it. Okay.
There's a man pushing a squeaky stretcher.
Oh.
Squeaky gurney, rather.
Oh.
The blonde girl tells her that the screams are patient because they're screaming in other rooms. Like those are patients who have been damaged.
I think they're locked in a cell.
Yep, they tie her down to the gurney. They take her to be electrocuted.
Oh, if I may, that
Yeah.
scene has a really good line in it, which is she tells Dorothy to get on the bed and tells her to lie down. She's like, but I want to sit. She's like, Annie M told me to tell you that, like, you know, listen to me. She's like, okay. So she lays down, and as they're tying her up, she goes, why do I need to be tied down? She goes, so you won't fall off. She goes, I rode a whole carriage getting here and I didn't fall off. And she and the head nurse just looks like just so pissed off on how good this kid's comeback is. Like, she's so fucking fed up.
Yeah,
With,
for
like,
the
this
head
little tiny girl.
For the head nurse, Nurse Wilson doesn't really have a whole lot of bedside manner.
No, absolutely not.
Like, I want to make a Nurse Ratched comparison, but Nurse Ratchet's kind of in the right in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, because you're watching the movie, you're like, oh yeah, she's Jack Nicholson, but then look, I love Jack Nicholson, he's a great actor, but his character in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest is an asshole.
A little bit. They get Dorothy set up.
They take her to the room. They're gonna electrify her brain because she's insane in the membrane.
Insane in the brain.
And then there's an electrical storm. The power goes out, and then the blonde girl shows up, undoes the straps, and Dorothy escapes into the woods, being chased by Nurse Wilson.
The blonde-headed girl, falls into the water.
Yep.
So Dorothy tries to save her.
Dorothy goes...
When Nurse Willow comes by, she says, fuck it, and jumps in the water, too.
Like, I am kind of understand Nurse Wilson in this scene. Because she doesn't exactly know what's going on. All that she knows is that the little girl is out running in a dangerous storm.
Yeah.
It's like, this is probably bad.
Yeah, this is probably not good.
I mean, let's face it, she's a villain. The character is a villain, but she clearly doesn't want her to, drown or trip over something and break her neck.
So, she's a villain, but, like, she's got a heart, Maybe.
She doesn't want her to die here.
That's it.
So she finds a crate. She gets in the crate. Not Nurse Wilson, but Dorothy finds a crate and gets in the crate. Rides it to through the storm until the storm clears. She's at sea with a chicken.
I got nothing. That line's just funny.
I have no idea how the chicken got involved.
And you would think, right, because this leads up to them being in Oz, and the chicken, who is Bellina, can talk. So you would think, in just a natural form of trying to give the audience an understanding as to what's happening, Dorothy would ask the chicken how it got there.
Because when Toto goes to Oz, he went into the house, and the house went. So that's why he's there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And the chicken can talk now, so why couldn't Toto?
I didn't think about that.
And Bellina is probably one of the greatest practical effects-based characters from the 80s.
Why is that?
Because she looks like a chicken. When she's when a lot of the scenes, she's a real chicken.
Yeah.
But in the scenes where she's talking, she's a chicken puppet. But she looks like an actual chicken.
Yeah, there's no gimmicks or anything to Bellina. She's literally a chicken.
Like, the fact that she looks legitimately like a chicken, and she sounds like a chicken, like the voice actress does a really good job making it sound like what a chicken would sound like if it were talking.
Yep.
Like, it moves she moves really realistically. She doesn't look like a Muppet chicken, like Camilla. She's just a chicken. And that alone, that just realistic animal, like realistic real animal, for me, puts her on par with Yoda, the Thing from John Carpenter's The Thing, and Kermit the Frog.
No, but it is really, really well done. Like you said, like they use the shots carefully, and it is an animatronic. Like it's really, really like well done. This is really well done in general, honestly. And the chicken doesn't explain how it got there. By the way,
It doesn't know it's a chicken.
yeah, it doesn't know. They just woke up and he's there now. And you're like, all right. So obviously, the chicken wants to go out of the crib or box crate
Find some food.
and find some food and get out. But Dorothy's like, wait, don't do that. That's suicide.
What do you mean? We're in the. If this is Oz, then this is the Deadly Desert. Deadly Desert.
Well, like, reasonably, she asks what that means, and Dorothy explains that the Deadly Desert, if you step in it, you just turn to sand.
Immediate.
Yeah, like any living thing touching it just turns to sand.
One of the scarier parts of this movie, admittedly.
Oh yeah, are you talking about the later scene?
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. So luckily, there's rocks that they can hop on to get out of the little pond of sand, I guess, that's there. And I don't know how to... Pocket of sand? Maybe pocket sand?
Yeah.
But, yeah, they get back out, and then they start exploring Oz a little bit.
They find a lunch pail tree.
Yes.
Trees that grow lunch pails full of sandwiches.
Yeah. As you do in Oz, as you do.
Well, why wouldn't you do this?
So, yeah, you're right. They sit down, they have a snack, they have a little bit of lunch, and then they head to, I believe they find Dorothy's old house, right? The one that fell?
Yeah, the one that came through.
And it's just kind of in the middle of a forest, which doesn't sound right.
No. But it's the one, well, because, yeah, you remember there's the Munchkin Village, right?
Yeah. Where is the Munchkin Village? No one knows.
Where are the Munchkins?
Where's the Yellow Brick Road?
Oh, there's the Yellow Brick Road. Why is there,
oh God.
none of the Yellow Brick Road left? Oh, dear.
And then the mysteries just keep unraveling. Because obviously the next place she wants to go to is the Emerald City to see her friend Scarecrow.
Well, the next place you want to go. Last place means you don't want to go there.
Right. Yeah, so the next place I want to go to is Emerald City. They walk along the Yellow Brick Road, I say in quotation marks, because, oh shit. And along this whole journey, this really cool, like, claymation effect takes form on a rock that is a face. And it's just been watching this little girl run through Oz this whole time. And I love that effect so much. I don't know why. This is really neat.
It's really good.
And of course, the rock thing is kind of important, as we see in the scene after. Because we get to meet... well, we don't get to meet, per se. We get to hear the main villain, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what he is.
King of the Gnomes. He's the Gnome King.
Yeah, he is the Gnome King, without a G.
She gets to the Emerald City. She sees it on the horizon, and it is the set of I Am Legend.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or like the Time Machine. I actually get really big Time Machine vibes from this scene.
Oh, yeah, Time Machine I think would fit a little bit better. Yeah.
She goes in, everyone is stone. There's some headless statues.
And a big graffiti that says...
Beware the Wheelers.
What's a Wheeler?
I don't remember hearing about them last time I was here.
No, neither do I. The only Wheeler I know is a third-rate duelist with a fourth-rate deck.
It's Joey Wheeler.
It's a fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! Reference for y'all.
Look, admit it. We have all, at one point, played a Joey deck.
I had a Joey deck.
I don't mean the Joey deck, like the official Joey structured deck. I mean...
oh, do you mean like episode 1 Joey deck?
Yeah, like I just have a bunch of monsters that look cool, and that's my deck.
Fuck yeah, dude.
We've all done that.
We've all done that.
Like, our first decks are generally Joey decks.
I just want all dragons.
Dragons all of them, cool. Make them Anubis. All of them Anubis.
All of them Anubis. Just all of them Anubis. Yeah, we definitely meet the Wheelers very, very, very soon after finding the message, and holy shit.
They are cool.
They're so cool. They're so well done.
They are... The main one is the actor who played the guy pushing the gurney.
Mm-hmm.
And they are essentially the Joker with really long arms and legs with wheels for hands and feet and creepy helmets of faces.
Yeah. Yeah, so the helmet on, like, the faces on the helmet, they have to actually look down in order to show that face, and I think that's fucking weird, and it freaked me out when I was a kid, I can tell you that.
Yeah. They
just terrorize this little girl.
Yeah, they chase her around into a vault. And like, she's like, "Dude, leave us alone.
Like, please go away.
Don't even know you. We didn't do anything." Isn't that a stolen lunch pail in your hand? Isn't that a chicken in there with you? The Gnome King doesn't allow chickens anywhere in Oz.
You think that's weird, and you're right.
Who's the Gnome King? And then they just start laughing. They look like failed kids' TV show hosts.
They really do. They even got the makeup and everything.
You'd expect them to be hosting, like, The Zone or something.
Yeah, or like,
Blue's Clues.
Some of them just look like Treehouse hosts. It's great.
Yeah, it's like they fled they left the big comfy couch accidentally, and now they ended up here.
Just ended up in Oz.
Like, they should be working for Mr. Dressup or something.
I'll take that as canon.
Maybe Mr. Dressup is the Gnome King.
Oh my god.
Dare you brave the horrors of the tickle trunk? It came from the tickle trunk.
Came from the tickle trunk. Oh, fuck. Sorry.
They leave. Dorothy finds this copper man in the vault.
Yeah.
Called the official army, the Royal Army of Oz. Tik-Tok. Can do anything but live.
What's my reason for existing?
Two things I'll say about Tik-Tok. One, he's the Electrovolt machine from the hospital. That's what he is in the real world. Two, he's my favorite character in this entire freaking film.
Absolutely. He's also my favorite character in this movie.
So they wind up his thinking, his speaking, and his moving. And he's like, "Hello, are you Dorothy Gale? Hello, Miss Chicken." He's very polite.
See, he's a very nice dude.
He tells them about the Scarecrow, who was the King of Oz. Put him in this room so he could wait for Dorothy. So he could be when everything started going wrong in Oz, because the Gnome King turned everyone to stone.
Damn, Scarecrow's smart. He let the line defense. Guess you really do have a brain, huh?
I mean, he's also not smart when you realize that the entire army of this entire country is one guy.
Yeah, it's the thought that counts, you know?
So he's like, "All right, I got a plan. I'll fight the Wheelers. Give me the lunch pail." And he just goes out and spins. He just does the windmill. Today you face the ancient technique of the windmill.
And it's not like, oh, this plan's gonna go horribly wrong. No, it succeeds.
It's because the Wheelers are idiots.
It's because the Wheelers are idiots, but it's just so funny. Like, he just starts spinning, and realistically, if you get hit, it's your own fault because you're running into it.
And he catches one and lets the others go. It's like,
hey,
who knows where the Scarecrow is? Oh, only Mombi knows where the Scarecrow is. Take us. No.
No, I don't want to do that. But of course, the Scarecrow then takes them to where...
Take us or I kill you. So, all right.
Drive a hard bargain, huh? And then they let him go.
Now, behave. I'll behave.
You behave.
I'll behave. I like this. The Wheeler, he's cool.
Yeah, they're a very funny bunch of characters.
Did you ever, when you were a kid, put rollerblades on your hands and feet and try to be a Wheeler?
Yeah. Well, okay, not to try to be a Wheeler because I hadn't seen the movie. I just did it. So I was like, I wonder how this would go.
Oh, it would be very bad. Let's not do this.
And stop young me from trying over and over again.
So they go into this really, really beautiful castle that looks like a set from Neverending Story.
Yeah, it really does.
It looks like Neverending Story. It looks like Conan the Destroyer. It looks like the Dark Crystal. It's a really, really beautiful set.
Yeah, it's. I mean, the set design in this movie as a whole is pretty good, for the most part. But this one particular place is.
Oh, a lot
fantastic.
of the movie takes place in this castle.
Oh yeah. Big
there
chunk.
aren't that many sets they go to in Oz.
Yeah,
Forest,
yeah, I guess, huh?
City, Mombi's Castle,
And then
Flying,
Rock.
Gnome King's Castle.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, fair enough.
Well,
they go see the queen.
Princess Mombi.
Princess.
It's a Disney movie with a princess who's evil.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
And
I never really thought about that.
she's playing a lute or some kind of instrument, banjo guitar thing.
Sure.
And it's like, you're Dorothy Gale, right? Yes. All right. Come on, let's show you around. Your friends can stay here. You have a very nice head. It's like, okay.
Definitely not weird at all.
She goes to a room full of heads that are not dead. They're moving.
Yeah, just a bunch of severed moving heads, like it was an episode of Futurama, except a lot more horrifying.
Yo, Ben, are gonna make some noise with your hard drive scratched by the Beastie Boys. That's what you get on level 5.
Fuck. They really got BC Boys in an episode of Futurama, God bless.
Yet they're still indistinguishable from Billy West.
Mm-hmm.
So she takes her head off, takes another head, asks how it looks, and then puts it on.
This sounds so strange, like, without seeing the movie.
And you know what, Dorothy? You're going to have a very nice head someday. Thank you. I think I'll take it. I'm going to lock you in the tower, and when you're an adult, I'm going to chop your head off and wear it.
Yay.
Excuse me?
Yeah, she just kind of does that
Locks
out
her
of
in
nowhere.
TikTok's going to I'm going to stop this move it winds down. It's like, crap.
Yeah, it's a very big flaw that Dorothy mentions about TikTok, which is, why can't you wind yourself?
I don't know.
And then you kick in and start to remember that Scarecrow, maybe not the brightest guy.
Okay, we can assume Scarecrow did not build him.
I think he designed him. Like, I think he was at least telling people what he wanted.
You know, maybe if we're going to build an automaton, we'll ask the actual automaton, the Scarecrow, for his advice. I mean, the Tin Man for his advice?
Nah.
No?
He got it covered.
All right.
Yeah, Dorothy gets locked in the room.
Locks in the basement with a Pumpkinhead man.
Yep.
This is Jack Pumpkinhead.
It's as simple as that, really.
He ties her arm and leg back on. She ties his arm and leg back on. He explains that he was built by his mother.
Who he thought was Dorothy at first.
Yeah. And he was built to scare Mombi. But Mombi sprinkled him with the powder of life. And then locked him in the tower.
Yeah, and became alive.
So Mombi has powder of life for some reason.
Oh yeah, because she just bought it off a magician or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the whole story. And I think, like, in that same scene, Dorothy was like, well, that's weird. Why would she, like, keep you up here? She was going to take care of you, like, you know, like, finish you off. He's like, well, she was wearing a different head when she did that, so she probably doesn't remember.
Fair
I'm
enough.
up here. And I'm like, huh. I guess the memory would work like that, huh?
And we realize pretty quickly one of the really, really, really good things about this movie. Tik-Tok and Jack Pumpkinhead could have easily just been the Tin Man and the Scarecrow again.
Yeah.
But they're original, interesting characters.
yeah, it is really cool that they decided to, like, I'm not gonna say make their own, because they're obviously based off characters.
Yeah,
in the
they're
books.
from the Oz books.
Yeah,
but
I'm glad that they used the different characters from the Oz books rather than just like fall back on the ones we already knew.
Yeah.
Because we do see the ones that we already knew, well, except for the Scarecrow at first, and they're turned to stone.
Mm-hmm. The Tin Man looks perfect. The line is quadrupedal, which always threw me through a loop after Bert Lar.
Right? I remember watching this for the first time. She's like, Cowardly Lion. I'm like, that's not the Cowardly Lion. That's
But
a lion.
he has a line once, and it's in a growly voice. So I'm like, nah. The Cowardly Lion's like, put 'em up, put 'em up.
If I just standing on one foot, if I just one hand tied behind my back,
I'll fight you with my sneaking up on me, eh? Pull an axe on me, eh?
that man, like, God bless that man.
I don't want to
such
see
a good
the.
job.
I don't need to see the wizard.
If there's
wait
a reason I
outside.
tell you to watch Oz, it's half of it's because of the lion, man. The Cowardly Lion is so good.
You mean the Return to Oz?
No, I mean like if I was telling someone to watch the original
Okay.
Wizard of Oz, I'd be like, it's a great movie. It's almost timeless. You know, it really catches the whimsical and the magic of Oz. But also, the Cowardly Lion is like half the fucking movie, and I love it.
Oh,
But yeah,
if I only had a knife.
the Noive. Fucking God bless. But yeah, so
they
Dorothy's
rescued.
trapped in this tower.
They rescue Tik-Tok because she sneaks down, rescues Tik-Tok. No, how do they get Tik-Tok?
So they,
Back.
if I remember correctly, like Jack's explaining everything that happened, and she's
Yeah.
kind of looking around the room, getting like a fucking brain blast with an idea. So she decides that she needs the life powder or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, she just kind of opens the door.
Right, she sneaks down. Like, where's the life powder? Oh, Mombi keeps it in
Her original
cupboard
head.
31 with her original head. Cool.
Yeah.
She sneaks down. She runs into Tik-Tok, winds him back up, tells him, "Hey, go help Jack." She's like, "Cool." He takes the chicken and goes.
Yeah, she sneaks in, steals the key from the headless corpse sleeping, which
Yes, steals the key. The headless snoring corpse.
yeah, which I don't know how any of that works, but sure.
And then we get to the scene that always scared the hell out of me as a kid.
This part is fucked. I love it.
She takes the life powder. Then Mombi's head wakes up, and this is the nurse from this is Nurse
Right.
Wilson's head.
Yeah.
And it wakes up, yells Dorothy Gale, tries to bite her hand. And then all the heads wake up and start screaming while the headless body of Mombi chases her. It's like, ah. It's a somewhere over the rainbow. Then this.
It's fucking Scarecrow singing about how he wants a brain to headless corpse is now chasing small child.
While this is happening, the Tik-Tok and Jack are tying two couches together. They tie the head of a gump, which is a moose creature, to it. They stick a broom in the back and strap palm fronds to it. And then I think this explains the gump, actually. Is because this whole time Tik-Tok's thinking ability's been winding down.
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
Now tie Jack's feet together. Tie my feet together.
Dorothy like comes back up, like and TikTok's just walking in a circle.
He's walking in a circle screaming nonsense.
It's such a good scene. I love it. And she's like, "What's going on?" Jack's like freaking out. He doesn't.
Little girls, pumpkin heads, chicken fly the coop.
Oh my god. She winds his thinking back up, obviously.
Jack falls over.
I love every character in this movie.
This is great. Except the one they're about to make.
Ah, yes. Dorothy starts sprinkling the life powder all over this abomination that they're making.
And it comes to life. Is horrified by this.
It's so disturbed by what it's become.
And they push it out the window, jump on, and fly away.
Right before they push it out the window, she's like, "Come on, Gump, fly!" And he's like, "I really don't think I can."
It's like, Gump, fly. What?
This is so utterly confused.
Wait, I can't fly, Moose. Oh, it's okay. We tied you to a sofa and put palm leaves in.
Oh.
What? They fly out.
So that's so fucking good.
And then Mommy's like, I'll get you.
Fucking sends the wheelies after him.
And they all, the wheelers chase them, and then several tumble down to the deadly desert and turn to sand. And
they all run back.
And the Gump is just flying over the desert and over the sea to the mountain. And according to all known laws of aviation, the Gump should not be able to fly. The Gump, however, flies anyway because the Gump does not care what humans think is impossible.
The Gump is like the best and worst character in this movie.
It's like, hey, we need the castle, the Gnome King's mountain's like a straight line away. Do you think you can keep flying in a straight line? I don't even think I can turn.
Oh yeah, because there's a part where fucking like the lines start coming apart, so they're trying to fix it up, and like Jack's head falls off as he like catches one of the ropes. She learns to the Gump. She's like, "Gump, turn around and go down. We need to catch Jack." He's like, "I really don't know how I would do that." But okay. Oh, it's really such a fucking delight.
They reach the mountain. A gnome tells the Gnome King that they're here with an army.
But no chicken.
No,
because the chicken's hiding in Jack's head.
Yep, cleverly secreted in his head.
Yep.
I love her comment though. First about Jack Skellington, she says, "What is this? A man or a melon? A pumpkin, actually." Belinda is sassy, and she's the best character in the movie.
Right next to Tik-Tok, she's like she's the best character.
She is a super
also,
sassy
like they crash also like into the mountain, so the little tiny whatever the fuck they made is now like in shambles, and the Gump is just ahead. And
I should have quit while I was ahead.
As they're like, oh, we should put the Gump on the chair so it has legs so it can move. And the Gump's just kind of like, no, I'm kind of fine here.
No, I'm cool. I don't want to. I
really don't want to get involved in this. I'm already this far in, and I don't want to be here.
I died once. No thanks.
Gnome King comes down into the mountain and starts kind of just belittling them.
Like, why did so you stole all the people from? Oh, you think I stole them? And that if someone steals something, they should give it back.
Yes.
They stole my emeralds. All the emeralds in the earth are made. All the gem precious stones are made by my gnomes for me alone. They dug down and stole them. That's not the same. I don't think it is. And what I think is all that matters.
So like that one part where she's like seeing all the emeralds. She's like, you have so much though. He's like, that's not the point.
Not the point.
Like, it's not the lesson I'm trying to teach you here.
Trying to teach them they took my stuff and I want it back. And I took it back.
See, successfully so, might
I
add.
turned the scarecrow into an ornament.
But he didn't steal any of it. Huh?
He was there. They were there when he came. Oh, all right. Well, let's play it. Would you like to play a game?
Which is always a great thing that the main antagonist always asks the hero, by the way.
Do you want to play a game?
Do you want to play a game? Oh my god, this really is fucking Saw.
I still think Home Alone is a Jigsaw origin story.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right.
So
the game is fun, by the way. Very fun.
It's like, all right, you're gonna go in there. You have 3 guesses. You touch a thing. If you think it's Scarecrow, you touch the thing. You say the word Oz, which I think I'm glad he added that because it's fair-ish. Because you can't just like
the 3 guesses.
Well, no, the touch something and say Oz.
Oh yeah.
So it's not just you bumped that. That's your guess.
Right. Yeah, that's kind of nice.
It's like, all right, and There's some risk involved. You have 3 guesses. Sofa, you go first. I don't have hands. You can use your antler. I don't care.
This whole section is just funny. Like, everything leading up to, like, when the Gump goes into the cave has been humorous, and I love it.
The Gnome King's a really cool Aardman-esque claymation man who's smoking a pipe.
Yeah, and the claymation effects, like, I mean, like, you can obviously tell it's claymation, but it's so well done. Like, it's so well done how they did it. So yeah, the Gump goes in. You can feel some rumbling, and him rumbling is him making a guess.
Yeah.
Then a big bolt of lightning happens, and you get a close-up of the Gnome King's eye.
Looking more human.
Yeah, and he goes, well, next. You lost.
Pumpkinhead goes in. Oh, but while they're waiting, they go and have some food.
Oh, yes.
Of limestone pie and hot melted silver, which Dorothy wisely doesn't drink because I think she would die.
Yeah, she's like holding the cup. She takes a bite out of the pie, and she's like, it's actually not bad. I'm like, oh, what are we drinking? Oh, melted silver. She's like, yeah, I'm just gonna put
and
that
Jack
back.
just is like, melted silver, and he's gonna drink it, and I think Belina tells him, no, you idiot. Doesn't say
She's still in his head, by the way.
she doesn't say anything, but still she's there, and obviously him
She
drinking.
probably like, pecked at him inside.
Yeah.
See, when the cave reopens and he tells the next person to enter, Dorothy's like, well, where's Gump? He's like, oh, I turned him into an ornament. She's like, that's not fair. What do you mean it's not fair? I gave you 3 guesses.
Told you there's a risk.
Yeah, you had to risk something. She goes, you didn't tell us that. You didn't ask.
Fair.
Like, fair.
Like, there's a risk. Like, then this is when you say, what risk? And then he tell you.
Yeah, but no, he didn't because they didn't question it, and he's like, all right, I can get away with this. Cool.
Excellent.
Excellent. Jack goes in, and during all this, Princess Mombi
is riding a wheeler chariot.
And just keeps screaming faster. Like the whole way there, and I really don't think they can go any faster.
How much are you? They're guys with wheels for hands. What do you expect them to do?
Yeah, how fast do you want them to fucking go?
Don't even know what their main mode of locomotion is. They don't look very effective. Why do they all sleep on our stairs?
I don't know.
Everything about these
I worry
guys
about
confuses
them.
me. Yeah, I hope they're okay.
I hope they're okay. A lot of them saw their friends, presumably friends, die. So I hope they're doing all right. Obviously Jack also doesn't succeed, and next up is Tik-Tok.
He's like, all right, I got this. He goes in. The Gnome King's looking quite human now.
Yeah, and he's just kind of having like a fireside chat with Dorothy.
Yeah, he lights his pipe with a fire crystal.
The Gnome King's cool. This is cool. He's a cool dude.
Yeah, he's Dr. Worley also.
Yeah. And
Jack Pumpkinhead. Also the Gump is the deer head. Jack Pumpkinhead's the jack-o'-lantern. Boom. That's
right.
what everyone is in the real world.
He's talking with Dorothy like, oh, why'd you come here? You know, is it really just to save, the Scarecrow? She's like, of course. And he goes, you're
not here to like depose me or anything. No, I didn't even know you were here.
And he's like, oh, but what about these? And he shows her the ruby slippers. And you're like, oh, those are mine. He goes, no, they're not.
No, they're mine now.
They fell from the sky. Good job, by the way.
Can I have them back? No.
No. And then the little his little rock servant thing that we see throughout the movie comes in and it's like, Tik-Tok has stopped guessing? What do you mean he stopped guessing? As in he's not
He's just kind of standing there.
He's kind of standing there. Dorothy's like, oh, well, I turned on his thinking, but I don't think I turned on his movement. So go in there and turn it on.
Then you can do your guess too.
Which, fair. He then tries to bargain with her, saying like, oh, or you cannot go in there, and I can just bring you home with these slippers,
Just click, click, boom, you're good.
You're home, You won't even remember Oz. You just go back home and live a nice, normal life. He's like, I want to go save my friends. He's like, all right, go do your thing.
Sure, you do you. I'm not going to stop you.
She goes in, and she finds Tik-Tok. She's like, Tik-Tok, what? He goes, I'm not actually not moving. Pretend to wind me up.
My thinking was, if I guess, and I guess wrong, you'll see what I turn into, and that'll give you a clue.
Which, to his merit, very fucking smart idea.
While this is happening, he guesses wrong, and then Mombi arrives. It's like,
yes.
Hey, Your Majesty, I'm sorry, I let her escape. I know.
She's here.
She's here right now. No problem, though. I got things under control. She's going to guess wrong, then I'll be human, and I'll rule all of Oz. It's going to be cool.
But what if she guesses right? I fucking love this guy so much.
You haven't let Ozma escape, have you? No. Okay.
And there's nothing to worry about.
It's all good. We're winning.
He didn't fuck up entirely. It's great. And then Dorothy kind of guesses two things, and it doesn't work. So
it's like, okay, and Gnome King's like, yes.
He's wrapping his hands together. The plan's coming together, boys. Then Dorothy does the brilliant idea of focusing all of her energy, all of her thoughts, everything that she can, and spins around and just kind of lets her body go.
I will say the room where all this happens makes me very uncomfortable.
Is it because of all the breakable things, or
Yeah.
it's because you know how all the breakable things are probably people?
It's because all the breakable things.
Fair.
And stores I had to go to with my parents as a kid and be very, very stressed in.
Where you're like, if I move a single inch,
Everything.
I will cost them thousands of dollars.
Do you want to come in? No, I'll just stay here.
Yeah, I'll sit outside, or I can't break $100 worth of glass.
So, she guesses, she hits something, guesses right. It's a scarecrow with a crown, and she realizes that they're all the things that are the people of Oz are green, and then we just have
Very
just
good
the Gnome
close.
King. Now back to the claymation, like, you let her escape.
And I'd just like to add here, the entire reason she was coming to see the Gnome King to warn him was because Dorothy had a fucking chicken. She never gets that out. Because the Gnome King is just so pissed off at Mombi.
He magics a cage around her.
He does. He just snaps his fingers and it
He's
appears.
just like, you
fucked up.
Your plan's not going well. It's your fault.
I'm going to deal with you later, alright? So her and Scarecrow try finding everything that's green. They find a few things. They get fucking Gump back.
They get Tik-Tok. No, they get Jack back.
Jack back. And they're
Jack's
looking for
back.
Tik-Tok.
And then the Gnome King rips down the walls and is this big monster.
And it's so fucking cool.
Stop.
No.
There's a big chase scene.
Oh yeah, with all the little gnomes.
With all the cool gnomes. The gnomes are cool. The gnomes are really cool.
Yeah, the gnomes were really well done. They're also claymation, but also very well done.
The scene where they're on the wall, like, they're part of the walls.
Oh yeah.
That shows up a lot in quote-unquote AMVs of creature feature songs.
Really?
Yep.
It's interesting.
Well, it's a cool, scary image from a kid's movie.
Yeah, no, it's really well done. Like I said before, it's really cool how they did it.
You wake up screaming, frightened by memory, like that kind of thing.
Yeah, I gotcha. The final battle with the Gnome King ensues.
The walls fall down. There's fire. He's a boss.
Yeah, it's like fucking threatening. Like this dude's not messing around anymore.
It's cue Megalovania. He still has a human eye, which is the creepiest, I think.
Yeah, it's like a really creepy thing that he's doing.
He eats the sofa, or at least the sofa part of the Gump.
Yeah, how does the head come off?
It's tied together with rope.
Fair. He threatens to eat Jack next.
He's
which
dangling.
Obviously
he's
not
dangling
good.
him over his mouth, and then an egg spins out and lands in his mouth.
An egg.
And all the
An egg.
What? Don't you know? And just all the gnomes like poison.
And they fucking like disintegrate back into the wall or die or some shit.
Don't you know that eggs are poison to gnomes? It's like, No, why would we know that?
Why would any of us know that? But that's obviously why the chicken was a big deal, by the way. And the disintegration scene.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's creepy. He's skull.
So good.
Gnome King, you could have left the chickens alone. And no one would have known that you could... Because no one knew that eggs are the answer. So you just left them all alone. And no one would have had a hint.
Yeah, no one would have... Like, if someone were to, like, go against you, no one would have brought a chicken.
Yeah, why would you bring a chicken?
How would you bring a chicken? But yeah. And there is a kind of running joke with that because she obviously didn't lay an egg in the beginning.
Yeah.
So we didn't think she could lay an egg, but then she does. Haha, got him.
So they escape. There's a medal on Gump's antler. They touch that. It's Tik-Tok.
Yay, Tik-Tok's back.
So they're all cleaned up. Tik-Tok's all shiny. There's a parade in Oz.
Oh yeah, because she wishes everything to be back to normal, basically, with the ruby slippers. She mentioned that.
And there's a big parade. They want her to be the Queen of Oz, but
she can't.
No. Hey Ozma,
Honestly, same.
Come on up.
Honestly, like, yeah, someone would be like, "Hey, can you rule this place?" I'd be like, "No, absolutely."
No, I don't understand what's going on. I have to leave.
So, Ozma was trapped in a mirror, or I guess that's what happened.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah.
She was a ghost or something. It was weird. Anyway, she's the Queen of Oz.
Yeah, and she's also the same blonde girl from the beginning.
She's Jack's real mom, I guess.
Yeah, and that's like the little subtle hint is the little blonde girl bringing her a pumpkin in the beginning.
Yeah.
You're like, I see the connection now. Okay, we're good.
And she goes back to Kansas. She wakes up in the river.
With Uncle Henry just...
running
and happy that she's okay.
He has a posse with him. We can assume they're at least 3 of them are the farmhands in the first movie.
Yeah, and like they're just a giant search party looking for her because we find out that a bolt of lightning struck the lab.
Yeah. Dr. Worley was killed because he went in to save his machines.
Yeah, everyone else made it out fine.
And except for the nurse who is being arrested and dragged away in a cage.
Huh?
Because she was in a cage, still in a cage at the end of the Oz stuff.
Yeah.
And they all live, and Toto's there, and they all lived happily ever after. Belina stays in Oz.
Oh yeah, because quote her, "Why the hell would I go back?" You're like yeah.
All right, and you can come back and visit us whenever you want.
No, I'm good, thanks.
The house is finished, and they all lived happily ever after.
Until the next books happen.
I think a lot of the next books are just in Oz and don't involve Dorothy.
Oh, really? I haven't read them, so...
I've only read the first one.
Yeah, I think I've only read the first one as well. But this movie, man, it's good. It's real good.
Yeah.
Like,
classic 80s creepy kids movie, but also still heartwarming.
Yeah, like a lot of it is humorous, right? There are really good funny points, like we've been joking about this entire time. But like when shit gets scary.
Thing is, the 80s didn't care about so much about what was PG, what was G, like Raiders of the Lost Ark was PG.
Yeah, exactly. And even then, didn't Raiders get a PG, like, very, like, it just got a PG kind of thing, you know what I mean?
But, like, how do you call it?
I don't know where you're going with this, so.
As long as a movie had a happy ending and no violence or swearing, anything goes.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. But this is, I think this is a very good example of, like, what could teeter-totter between the realms of, like, PG and G. Because, like, realistically, everything in the movie is, like, it's not horror, you know what I mean? Like, it's not intentionally trying to scare you. It's just, like,
Well, the thing is, it's intentionally trying to scare you, but in the same way a Grimm's fairy tale is.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's not doing it for like a. How can I? It's not like a slasher movie where like the killer's gonna kill someone, right? No, it's like, this is just like the weird shit that you're gonna see in Oz, and it would terrify anyone in this situation.
I'd argue a lot of these 80s kids films are actually more effective at being horror than a lot of horror movies.
Honestly, yeah.
Since they can't use the gore, since they can't use violence, they find other more frightening things to do.
That's it. And this movie shines in that example. The movie's fucking good.
Highly recommend. Highly recommend this one.
If like you've only seen Wizard of Oz, like I'd highly recommend watching Return. You're not going to get the same vibe as Wizard of Oz, obviously.
No.
But it's still a really good like movie to watch.
Well, you're also not going to get the same vibe of something from the golden age of cinema, from something not from the golden age of cinema.
True. Yeah, it's. I think every Oz, like every person who says they love the Wizard of Oz, should definitely watch this movie. It's a really good like follow up, not follow up in terms of like plot, but like just like a going from one to the other. Like it's a really nice watch.
I do recommend you have seen Wizard of Oz to watch this though, because you need to know what they're talking about.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you haven't seen Wizard of Oz, watch Wizard of Oz.
Just in general, watch Wizard of Oz.
Just watch it. It's hard to find anyone saying something negative about Wizard of Oz.
If they are, they're probably a troll.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, excellent movie. I'm really glad I got to watch this again.
Do you have any final thoughts on it?
Scared the shit out of me when I was 9.
Well, likewise, Mom beat.
And like watching it again, and I thought maybe it was just because like I was a kid or whatever. But no, watching it again, no, I see why.
Next time we're doing something much less acceptable for children.
Oh, boy.
And we're going back to a series which has been progressively getting worse. It's time to go back to the house.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'll see you then. I've been Merrick D'Amato.
I've been Matt.
And thank you for watching another episode of Mindbreakers. Ciao.
Take it easy, everyone.